Hello, hello. So today I want to talk about how you pick eggs for the incubator for the next generation of color. So I get this question a lot. How do you breed your next color that you would like to go with? So for instance, this egg here, super light green, and this one here would be probably second or third generation. I think this one's maybe the fourth generation. I think fifth on these. And then these really dark ones, these are olive eggers. These are, I think, sixth or seventh generation now. So I know that my rooster donates a much darker brown than this, just because I've bred him a couple generations now. So I know that he's going to give a much darker color than this one. It's not focusing. There we go. And so if I'm wanting to breed more light colored or something more like this, then I will take my rooster who donates a color like this, and I would hatch an egg like this color to get a color like that. If I hatch a color like this, most likely I'll end up with a color like this. Now, if I hatch this egg and all the eggs in this color, oof, as I almost drop it, but if I hatched this one, the next generation of olive eggers would be even darker than this. Because I know that when you pair a super dark rooster with a super dark hen's egg, the outcome, let me see if I can do this without breaking eggs. The outcome is going to be, here, let me switch it to this egg. Okay, so the outcome of their pair, 50% of your eggs will be brown, 50% will be green. Of those green, they will be darker than that color green that the mother was. So you always want to pick your colors for the next generation up. So for instance, I know my rooster has a dark color like this. Let's do this again. So if my rooster is this color and I pair it with a hen that lays this color, the offspring, 50% will be brown, 50% will be a green like this. Now, if I then do that generation, the next generation will be something like that. And then the next generation will be darker. Let me move these up so it's easier to see. And then the next generation will be even darker. So this will be your first gen, second gen, third gen, fourth gen, so on and so forth. And they'll get darker as your generations get older. My rooster will always donate that color. So 50% will always be brown, and 50% will always be olive. It's roughly 50-50. So that is kind of how I do it. If I'm looking to add more light color green in my egg basket, I'll choose more light colored. If I want to go darker, I'll choose more of the dark colored eggs. So I would hatch like all of those. That's what I did last season. And I ended up with a whole bunch of olive eggers and then a whole bunch of just regular Morans. So when you hatch, so when you're breeding for olive eggs, your 50% So it's a black copper Moran and an olive agar that you pair together. Their 50% offspring will be brown, 50% will be green, right? This would just be called a Moran's if they have black, well, anyways, I call them just plain Moran's. I don't call them black copper Moran's because sometimes they have like fluffy cheeks. Sometimes they're just, yeah. Sometimes they have a pea comb, but they lay brown. So anyways, that's what I call them. I call these, when they're paired, when they're 50-50 in egg colored genes, I'll call this one a Moran's and this one's an olive agar. Some people will call these olive agars as well, but a brown laying olive agar. I don't like that because the implication is that they lay green eggs, which is not true. So that's why I do that. But a purebred is going to be a purebred black copper Moran. So yeah, that's kind of how I breed for color. I also, when I choose my colors, I like to go with ones that have a lot of character as well. So if I hatched this one, most likely it would have all these beautiful speckles, but be more like this color here. And then if I hatched this one, see the speckles? It would be a little bit darker and have speckles, kind of like this one here. So yeah, I hope this helps. It's really fun hatching. When I do hatch eggs, I make sure that the girls are on Purina for really, really high protein content and a really clean diet. I also deworm them about a month before I start hatching eggs. That's super important. So I'll send in a fecal sample and then treat if needed. If not, I just go ahead and start hatching. But I always make sure that I get that sample back to make sure that they are healthy and ready to make beautiful, healthy eggs. Thanks for listening. Bye.